Welcome to Capital City News, your connection to Salt Lake City government. I'm your host, Poonam Kumar. Today we'll talk to Paul Dowler with the city's engineering department about how the city takes care of its roads. And our History Minute this week is to honor the first female mayor in Salt Lake City's history. But before we check out what's been going on, let's start with our legislative update. The City Council has outlined its priorities for the year ahead. At a planning workshop on February 17th, council members said working with the administration on economic development, concentrating on neighborhood projects, and improving our urban forests were among half-dozen action items for 2015. Mayor Becker announced EnterpriseSLC, which is an effort to seek input, gather data, design new tools, and provide a roadmap for Salt Lake City's economic development policies. Natalie Gochner, Associate Dean at the David Eccles School of Business, was chosen to lead the effort and the action plan, which is expected to be completed by May 2015. Mayor Becker and the Redevelopment Agency held a press conference to unveil the new proposed site plans for Regent Street. It's envisioned to be a major public space, and the plan is to have it open in time to coincide with the opening of the Eccles Performing Arts Center. The Mayor's Office of Diversity and Human Rights held a Diverse Business Day at the Capitol that brought together local business leaders and key members of the Utah legislature. They created a forum where they could discuss civic engagement and the impact individuals can have on their community. Paul Dowler works as an engineer in the city's engineering department. He's in charge of many major roadway construction projects and is here to tell us more about how the city plans efforts like this.
I'm Paul Dowler with Salt Lake City Engineering. Salt Lake City extends from 21st South up to the foothills on the east over to 5600 West and further, about 1,800 miles of streets. So Salt Lake City Engineering Department is tasked with keeping the roads maintained and doing any special projects for the infrastructure of the road system. The kind of general rule of thumb is we get to fix about 10% of the streets that really need some maintenance. So some of those other streets are falling behind all the time, and it's just a budgetary and time and resources type of issue. Our maintenance program and our rehabilitation program is kind of designed to take care of the worst streets that are really falling apart and are near a point where we can't rehabilitate them at some point. At some point, streets, especially the asphalt, become so deteriorated that you basically can't fix it. So if it gets to that point, then we've got to go back in and totally rebuild the street, dig all the old asphalt up, and replace all of that. We would rather catch it before it gets to that point. We can do some maintenance type of construction to revitalize the street. That's what we'd rather do before it gets to be totally gone apart. If residents want to let the city know of any concerns, then we have a website that they can visit, and also there's a phone number that they can call in to voice their concerns.
Salt Lake City has a new mobile app, and Mayor Becker is here to tell us more.
In Salt Lake City, we take input from residents very seriously, and we're pleased that we can offer digital tools that will help citizens communicate with us, to let us know what we can do to help. That's why we have the SLC mobile app, which is a free and easy-to-use tool that you can use to report everything from potholes and graffiti removal to issues with streetlights or illegally parked cars. Just snap a picture, fill out the form, and it gets directly to the right city department. And you can track the results in real time. But that's not all it does. You can even pay your water bill and see many interactive maps of the city, from park locations to canyon trails. You can download the app from the Salt Lake City website on most mobile phones. We look forward to hearing from you.
And now it's time for a History Minute.
In 1992, Deedee Corradini became the first woman ever elected to be the mayor of Salt Lake City. Born in 1944, she was educated abroad in Lebanon and Syria before coming back to the United States and eventually getting her master's degree in psychology from the University of Utah. After working for people like Congressman Wayne Owens and making her mark on the business community, Corradini ran for mayor during the 1991 election and served for 2 terms, taking Salt Lake City into the year 2000. During her tenure, she oversaw construction of the new baseball stadium on 1300 South, was a champion for the installation of light rail lines throughout the city, and was a driving force in bringing the Olympics to Salt Lake City in 2002. In fact, during the 1998 Nagano Olympics, Mayor Corradini was present at the closing ceremonies and was presented the Olympic flag. She was the first woman to receive that honor. After her 2 terms were over, Deedee Corradini turned back to the private sector, but the Olympics and equality for women were never far from her mind. She led the effort to have women's ski jumping recognized as an Olympic event for the first time at the 2014 Sochi Olympics.
That's it for this week's Capital City News, your connection to Salt Lake City government. Be sure to tune in next time to keep up to date on what's happening in the city. For SLC TV, I'm Poonam Kumar.